the Simonson Arrows Football Preview Show 2025. Brandon Wells alongside Chris Mowry, Tony Van Dyne. Thanks for joining us here on the Ashland City Schools YouTube page. Guys, it feels like just yesterday football season ended, but it was about 8 or 9 months ago. We're back. We had a big year last year. We're excited to get football going.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back on the broadcast here with you guys. You guys have done a great job keeping Arrow fans up to date on winter sports, keeping the basketball team highlighted, and then going into the baseball season. Excited for another football season here.
That means Arrow football. Everybody loves Arrow football. I'm no different, and can't wait to kick this baby off on Friday.
Well, the Arrows coming off a big season last year, guys. 6-0, won outright the OCC. They ended up in the state semifinals. How do they follow that season up, Tone?
Yeah, we were just talking about the season, thinking back to River Valley in that game one, kind of wondering what the season was going to look like. And Coach Valentine's always said, the biggest progression comes from week 1 to week 2. And we thought, man, this team probably has something going on. That River Valley was a nice test, and we found ourselves down a little bit, but a nice win against Marion Harding, and then a nice little home stint against Lindsley. And before you know it, the defense comes up big. Nathan Bernhard and that offense, got cooking. And before you know it, we're hosting a couple of games in the tournament, filling out Community Stadium, having 2 home games. Sure, you build off the talent that you have. You bring some sophomores and juniors in, and you start to play some big Arrow football.
We are live at South Street Grill here today. Thanks to South Street Grill for hosting us. Chris, your thoughts from last year to this?
And I said that was, to me, the biggest game of the season. You have all this talent and you have these expectations. This team's been together since junior high school, and they've just been bludgeoning other schools and whatnot. And you're like, okay, now we're varsity players. What's it look like? And then Gunnar Lacey, who we'll talk to in a little bit, his defensive coordinator Ryan Stackhouse called Sugar. If you remember, Sugar, and that was dropping the coverage, and Gunnar picks that ball off and secures that win. So I think that was the spring. You know what? We can do this. And then it just built momentum week after week after week, and 12-0, and then we run into Big Wanted, but a tremendous campaign.
12-1, 6-0, and just so everybody knows, and we'll talk with some administration. A couple of surprises mixed in here as well, and then Coach Stackhouse and Coach Scott Valentine, head coach and defensive coordinator for your Ashland Arrows. Chris, Tony, I will say the playoffs have changed a little bit. Top 4 get a bye, Tony, and it's a little different look.
Yeah, you got to rewind to that COVID season when we were trying to figure out how to get enough games in and how to fill out that bracket. So OHSAA went to a 16-game playoff region, really kind of beating up on some small guys. So a lot of coaches getting together to say, hey, let's kind of straighten this up. Let's go to a 12-team. And it's going to be interesting because the top 4 are going to get byes week 1. Or have some home games. So it'll be interesting to see if coaches like the idea of being 1 through 4 and want to have that break. Obviously, if you're kind of beat up and you kind of like want to just get your guys kind of ready and have an extra week to watch some film, there's some advantages to have that bye. There's also some advantages in just playing football. Timing can get thrown off. You just kind of lose that rhythm. And I think as a player, I always just wanted to play every week. 4 spots to get the home game at Community Stadium and get some rest. So it's going to be a new year in 2025. It'll be a lot of fun to talk to coaches here as we progress.
Yeah, Chris, your thoughts on the playoffs?
Well, I think anytime you run the table, right, you go 9-1, 10-0, this team is an opportunity to do, and every team in the state of Ohio for that matter. Last year we would have had a bye. And look, in the NFL, I think you want to play, right? You want to be, in college football, but at the 100 different directions. I think a week off, if you've earned it, is really well done, and I think it's going to be welcomed.
Arrows Preview Show brought to you by Simonson Construction. We'll be with more right after this first break.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region, with a long history of doing things the right way. Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to Simonson Construction, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back, Brendan Wells, Chris Mowry, Tony Van Dyne here on the Simonson Construction Preview Show for the Arrows season. Joining us now, Gunnar Lacey. And Gunnar, thank you so much, and thanks to Bo Lacey Construction as well for jumping on as a sponsor back again this year. Gunnar, it was a heck of a season last year.
Senior year and losing really good seniors with a lot of leadership. My biggest role this year is being leader, as in like showing how to be a leader or being vocal about it.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest improvement I had to focus on with, and then obviously like just the physical aspects of me.
Looking at schools for the next level as well. Where's that at right now? And how's that process been? Have you enjoyed it? Has it been difficult? What's that like?
I mean, with the transfer portal and that type of stuff, it's been difficult. But right now, I got AU believing in me, so I mean, a lot of respect for that.
Yeah. There's a lot of programs out there that are going to want this young man here that if they don't already, they should by the end of the season. Chris?
4 forced fumbles and 2 fumble recoveries. Can you top that?
Of course I can.
My man, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm faster, stronger, bigger, faster, stronger. You have all that. And we got a strong team coming up to help me.
So that one interception you had was last year at River Valley, as you'll remember. You know, that was when DC Ryan Stackhouse called sugar. I think you said you called.
And he wanted to mix it up a little bit, like tweak it a little bit after studying how their quarterback plays and how they like to run that slant right off the back when I'm blitzing. So he said, blitzing, drop back, but drop back to a certain angle where that pass is going to be coming from to get that pick and seal the deal.
You know, I'd say if you had to rank top 10 plays of Arrow football in 24, that one's.
You know, for the last couple of years, Gunnar talking about going from the JV and freshman and like how much quicker varsity is and how much more prepared you were last year. Obviously, you're feeling more prepared this year. Last year, you told us 200 tackles was your goal. And I think we kind of laughed at it thinking, man, you're going to have to play 13 or 14 games to get it. 140 is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. A lot of that comes from your defensive line, make the big plays.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're the start of it. And it's such a team sport with the offensive linemen battling, and then when the offensive linemen are deciding they want to double team or play, and they rely on me as well to be able to do that.
Personal goals for this year?
Well, my personal goal is mainly to prove myself and to colleges, fans, the record, and then first team All-Ohio again, and just the team advancing far in the playoffs and winning the state championship.
79 tackles in Ashland Arrow football. What games are you looking at? Obviously, every game is going to be important, but in the 10-week schedule, there's some games that just kind of have a little bit more weight. Either you want to get back at someone or you really want to put it to them. Can't wait.
I can answer that.
Mr. Lacey.
Well, I don't really like to just look at individual games.
Sure.
I like to just go one game at a time. Week preparing for that certain game, what they do, what they run. So, but if it comes down to 2 teams, I'm going to make sure Madison doesn't think they have anything on us again. And then
That's a great answer, I got to tell you.
Lexington.
But I love the answer. I think it shows some maturity to talk about a team that really didn't have a lot of wins, but they challenged us last year, and they've got some. What's your pump-up song before a game? What are you listening to? You're like, I gotta have this. For me, it was Guns N' Roses back in junior high and high school, or AC/DC. That's what I was rocking to back in the day.
For me, it's be the hype guy and get ready to make some hits. So I'm more of a Metallica guy.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Any shout-outs for anybody out there?
Shout out Aunt Katie.
I knew it was coming,
Well
Aunt
done.
Katie. That's Gunnar
Well done.
Lacey. We'll be right back on the Simonson Construction Preview Show.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. The most trusted, efficient construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. a truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night. All the action in the bar area on big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland. Steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back to the show, Brandon Wells. You know who all these guys are by now. Let's be honest. Look, most importantly, we've got senior wideout Gabe Bath and defensive back, I should say as well. Gabe, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Glad you're football. What's it like going into this senior season? You guys have kind of reloaded a little bit offensively. You got, of course, a lot of guys back as well. But how much better do you think this group can be in the 2025 season?
I think we'll be pretty decent. I mean, we have a lot of returning guys, and we lost Tyler Sauter, but Braden Donatini is going to fill that position, and he'll be. Yeah.
Who do you think? Yeah, tell me about another newcomer or two. I like that. You're giving us some intel here. Braden Donatini coming in, and you've got a good list of guys. I know you don't want to give away too much out there, but that offensive line got some big guys coming back too.
Oh yeah.
Down there, well, we'll have Brandon Briggs up here in a little bit because we want to make sure that we talk about those hogs on both sides of the line, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tony.
Yeah, Gabe, you get to play with your brother Grayson. One more year here in Ashland. Real quick, some questions. Tell me.
It depends. Depends on what. Like.
Wrestling match.
Wrestling match.
You're meaner.
Yeah, but he's got me.
Yeah, that's not fair, right? That's not fair.
Who's got the better receiving hands?
Oh, me, of course.
Who has better field vision once they get the ball?
I mean, I would say myself. Knowing where to be, so.
Who works harder in practice?
I'd say me.
Who's better looking?
Oh, me, of course.
What brother's going to say the other brother, right? When it comes to that one, right?
I'm impressed. Like, he didn't just go down the roll call of me.
That was Brandon's
really
worry.
impressive.
Yeah, Brandon was calling Gabe that you were just going to say yourself for everything.
Well, we know what Brandon and I would have done on those answers. It would have been me. So there are guys who lead by example, being loud or vocal or quiet and demonstrating leadership or, just by example. How do you try to do that now? You're a senior, the guys looking up to you.
I just kind of try to the best of my ability and show the younger guys what going 10-0 and what it takes.
Defensively, give us some names of some guys, some underclassmen who you think have really put in some good work and will be.
He'll be good. Trying to think. Carter Nelson.
Nice.
Carter Nelson, he'll do pretty well.
Okay.
What would you say to these guys that haven't? I mean, you guys have had 2 scrimmages, but there's nothing quite like the jump, right, from JV or from those scrimmages to Friday night. What piece of advice would you give them thinking back to your first Friday night under the lights where you were
much?
Yeah.
And yeah,
I like that. Yeah, I think that goes for just about every job too.
Yeah,
you're right.
So last year, 59 catches, 894 yards, 5 touchdowns. The most impressive thing to me. 15 and big guys want to do as an offense. Where in that stat line of your game would you say, hey, I want to focus on that, whether it be yards or touchdowns, catches, whatever it might be?
Well, I mean, I always want to get more yards, but I think with this off season, I did a lot of 7-on-7 and with the HSLD and everything, and me and Nathan have kind of done a lot together and kind of got that connection. So hopefully that carries on to this season.
A pitcher and a catcher on the baseball field, right, where you got to know each other, where that guy's going to be, all those guys. Similar to the basketball court, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys played a lot of basketball together. I think that carries over as well. All right, any shout-outs out there for anybody?
Well done, buddy.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill.
Welcome back to the South Street Grill for the 2025 Ashland Arrows football preview. You know, Brandon and I say this every time we get on the air, whether it be basketball or it may be, but we can't do this without the sponsors and advertisers that we have in the local community, and this season is no different. Sarver Paving, Simonson, the South Street Grill, obviously, Wickham and Hess, Hedstrom, Truly Inspired Paper podcast booth, and a host of others we'll get to as we get into the rest of the program. But to shout out to each and every one of them, thank you very much for joining us this season.
And I would give a shout out to Garth Boyd and all the tech folks at Ashland City Schools who do a fabulous job of helping us get ready, and we're looking forward. O'Brien joins us. He's a junior wideout. You guys remember who he is from last year. Had a big breakout season last year. Killian, you're going to be playing on both sides of the ball this year, a little more even. And what have the preseason workouts focused season?
I had a lot of 7-on-7s. We, as a team, we had Sunday throwings and stayed in the weight room a lot.
What's been your favorite part of that?
Definitely 7-on-7s. Really fun.
Yeah. Nobody's getting tackled in 7-on-7s, right?
And a pick six, and I think you had another one that got called back on a defensive penalty on the return. Walk us through the most memorable touchdown that you had of last year.
Definitely Maple Heights, because that kind of set the tone for the game.
Yeah.
The first drive.
Yeah.
And pick six.
Absolutely.
What was the most fun game you played?
Marion Harding.
No question. That was crazy. That was like touchdown, back and forth. That was something.
Well, they're coming here this year. You'll have an opportunity to throw another big number at them, hopefully.
Yeah.
Killian O'Brien joining us here on the Simonson Construction Preview Show.
So, is there a position change for you this year?
On the 3-man side, outside receiver, now I'm playing X on the 2-man side. Try to get closer to the ball.
Closer to the ball. That's the wide side on the short side of the field, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are you rooting for the Steelers? So sorry. I do like Killian, but that does make him come down. But you got family out there. That's okay. All right. Who's somebody on the team that you look up to, or you did in the last couple years, and what is it about?
I kind of just have the same goal as him.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that's you could say that because he's the quarterback and you want him to throw you the ball, but I get it. He is a good young man. I like it.
You're, going undefeated and the 2 playoff wins. What do you think Ashland fans should know about this team going into Friday night against Bay?
We're gonna go out and we're gonna destroy them, and I think we'll single season win record this year.
That's 13 wins for you keeping score at home. That sounds good to me.
Yep.
How do you get there this year? How does that happen?
We just gotta.
What was the your 2 scrimmages like? How do you feel like you guys progressed?
I think we looked pretty good, but the O-line looked good, and that was like my biggest worry because we lost a lot of guys on the line, and also defense, and we think both looked really good.
Killian O'Brien, junior wideout, defensive back here on the Simonson Construction Preview Show. We'll be right back.
Simonson Construction is proud to do things the right way from concept to completion. Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design build service. Scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football. On big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back to the Simonson Construction Preview Show. Brandon Wells, Tony Van Dyne, Chris Mowry, Senior. How's that sound? Brandon Briggs joins us here from the offensive line, defensive line, and Chris, we got going with Brandon?
Yeah, the loss of Andrew Bush, Truax Printing, Chandler Systems, the Norma Foundation, Bo Lacey Construction, Spring Smith, Janney, Bill Harris Dealerships joining us this season.
Broadcast ahead of us. We do start Friday night. Just as a reminder, this Friday at home pregame show at 6:30, kickoff right around 7, and of course the halftime show brought to you by Bill Harris. Briggs and Brandon, you're a key piece on both lines. Where do you feel most dominant?
Now, like I love both sides of the line, and I feel dominant on both, obviously.
Good.
But I feel strike him.
Yeah.
Go sack the quarterback.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. You got any sack goals this year?
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
My man.
I love it.
So on defense, the defense. On offense, what position are you playing on the line?
Well, on O-line, I'm staying at center this
Okay.
year. And then on defense, I'm going to float around defense tackle or end.
Okay.
Really? Yeah.
4 seniors graduated last year on the offensive line with you. You guys around you. You're going to be center. Who fills out the guards and tackle spots? It's been practicing real well.
Right now, everyone's been working good. They've been putting in the hard work. We got Drayson Martin. We got Grayson Blau.
Yep.
We got Kyle Crane. They're all putting in lots of work, getting way better.
Love it.
And, yeah, we're going to be pretty good this year.
How much? See, listen, Buddha Martin. I keep seeing these videos coming out on the Ashland Arrows football YouTube or Facebook page about Buddha doing as Drayson Martin.
Yeah,
and it looks like that guy could lift a car.
He's insane. I don't know how to explain him. Yeah.
You guys went to a lineman camp. Off topic, you went to a lineman camp and had a bench press competition, right?
Yeah.
Put 185 on the bench, and everyone just kind of maxes out. What was your number?
Oh, I didn't do it because
Okay.
I injured my hand during that time.
What were
5.
Pretty impressive, right? Buddha went 4. You remember?
51. I'm pretty sure.
That's my weight. That's him. I weigh 185 pounds. That's him putting me.
I had never heard that. That's
crazy.
unbelievable.
That's crazy. Well, I'm
Holy
looking forward to
cow.
seeing him on the line all year and doing some damage. I think he's going to be a problem. You're a senior leader. You've got those new guys in on the line. What does that mean to lead in that group, and how do you go about doing that this year?
Well, really, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to communicate a lot better because we got some new guys that have barely stepped on the field or not even to do. So we're all clear on the field, no mental mistakes, and we can dominate.
Last year, no secret, it was keeping 10 upright, right? And he could roll around the pocket, pull it down and run, whatever, but we didn't leave him. Which, for as many offensive plays that we had last year, is pretty amazing, frankly. I think if we have similar success, we're going to keep him off his backside again this season. What are you guys doing to say, hey, is it splits?
Right now, what we're trying to work on is moving our hips, moving our feet, making sure we're not giving up the inside, turning our hips, leaving the hole wide open for the defense lineman to just go right through and get straight to Nathan. And we just
So obviously a defensive lineman, you get to go hit the guy, but when you're playing offensive line and a run is called, you're basically playing defensive line, if you will, because you're just smash the dude out of the way and let somebody run. You get amped up when he calls or the second level linebacker.
I mean, yeah, of course I do. It's fun.
Love it. Love it.
You got to travel around, do some lineman camps. Colleges are having conversations with you. Tell us about.
I've been all over the place, like all around Ohio, even to West Virginia, Michigan, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and I've been talking to many coaches. I got an offer from Hills.
Have you enjoyed it? Has it been fun or has it been stressful?
It's been really fun. Yeah, I've enjoyed going to experience. It's like a road trip, basically.
Yeah.
Seeing the campuses, seeing stadiums. So I saw this question and I
Don't
looked
give
up.
away the secrets that we told you the questions.
So we're a good team, right? But it's week 1, but we can become the best through week by week, getting better and better, so we can go win a state chip.
Let's give him a shout out in the academic world.
Okay, go for it.
He's
I
a
was
pretty
just
bright kid. Where are you at? You're valedictorian or right? around there?
I mean, I have a 4.0 unweighted.
That's.
I think
pretty
he's
solid.
fighting our next guest maybe for that's what I've heard anyway. They're gonna no. Happy Gilmore and Chubbs would be happy with your "We've only just begun," and we've only just begun here. More to come after this. Brandon Briggs here on the Simonson Construction Preview Show.
Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Visit the South Street Grill in downtown during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on big screens. Elevated casual dining downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone. A completely renovated historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back to the Simonson Construction Preview Show here live at the South Street Grill in Ashland. Thanks for joining us here today in person and Ashland City Schools YouTube page. Don't forget, in about mid-September, we'll be able to also be streaming live to the Facebook page on the Ashland Arrows Broadcast Network, and we'll have that for you coming up. That's due to some Facebook restrictions, but we got that all. And senior quarterback Nathan Bernhardt. Bernie, since we talked to you last, you've made a commitment to App State. Congratulations. What was that process like?
Thank you. Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me was just the atmosphere of college football has been changing. Freshman year to my senior year, the recruiting game kind of changed a little bit. So it was kind of a long journey, but I think, with App State, it was kind of interesting. Sitting a couple years probably, and some big time programs, and they're looking for the best guy that he can get at the time, and they're going to go to the portal, they're going to find that guy, they're going to pay that guy, whoever's going to give them the best chance to win. So I think for me it was just finding a place that I'm going to have the best opportunity to play and to develop. So App State was that for me, I think, because of the coaching staff. And
Listen, I will tell you, Nate, that having been there a couple times to work some games, the atmosphere, and you've been there, you know, but the atmosphere at Appalachian State in Boone, North Carolina is amazing. Like, everybody from the mountains there, man. Everybody is there for football, and those games are awesome. And a lot of them are on ESPN, and they're getting coverage. You made it to a game there yet?
I'm in, and they're gonna get back on their winning streak and everything.
Dal Loggins, right?
Loggins,
Former O coordinator for the Browns.
Yep.
And I mean, he knows what he's doing. They've got a great program there. I think it was a great fit for
yards rushing last season, threw for even more. Looking at this season, going into last season, we kind of talked with you in the preseason show about where was the rushing attack going to come from this team, obviously graduating seniors a year. Next big step comes this season, in the running game or the passing game for Ashland?
I think it's going to be the passing game for sure, because last year our rushing game was pretty good.
Not bad.
1,200 yards for me, and Grayson probably added another 400. That's a lot of production running the game in the running game, and I think we were pretty balanced actually run pass. So I think the pass game is going to take a much bigger step this year, especially with the experience we have in the receiver room. So be able to step up to that level.
And Tyler Sauter now playing his college football here at Ashland University, and saw him the other day. Looking forward to seeing him on the field.
Your transformation from your that too, it was just amazing to see and was fun to watch. Do you see that kind of jump again into your senior year, and what have you done to make strides and attack different parts of your game to ensure that happens?
Lifting, you're doing all that stuff, and I think the biggest thing though that jump comes from is just experience. When you play, I only played a couple of games my freshman year, and then this time starting your sophomore year. But as you go, you get more experience, and I've started a lot of high school football games now. Yep. So I think just mentally, the mental aspect of the game is where you improve the most. And coming into this year, and you can process things faster. So.
Game feel like it's slowing down in your fourth year really?
Yeah, I think definitely in these scrimmages, it feels a lot slower than it did maybe my sophomore year coming into the season. You know, you feel a lot better about. I think you know, we've kind of been just trying to find out the guys, and you know, our starters are pretty good. You know, I think we're going to be good there, but it's just finding some guys to fill in some depth. Really, you know, guys that halfways, but you know, we're not going to go both ways because we don't want to get guys too tired. So we're going to have to find some other guys to contribute. So I think we've been doing some of that, but even with that, our starters, we've done a pretty good job, and even some guys come pretty well. So I feel pretty good about it.
Nice.
Some personal goals for you this season. What are you looking forward to try to reach for, and team goals? What's on the whiteboard right now?
Yeah, I mean, every team in Ohio, high school football, they're too. So I think that's, you know, it's something that's never been done here. So our goal as a team, and I think all the seniors, you know, based off last year too, you go in 12-1, you're tying the best record ever. Obviously, we didn't get as far and be the best team to step foot in this high school.
I went to the Hoover scrimmage, and I was in the press box just watching, and I said, oh my, damn, that's Bernhardt out there playing defense, and he's just flying everywhere. Are you going to start on him on the spot?
Yeah, I hope I play a lot of defense. You know, I think V gets a little nervous with me out there on defense.
Sure he does. I think all of Ashland does.
Yeah.
It's all right. That's understandable. Okay, one word, Nathan, to describe this team.
I think that's what we want to be on offense and defense. We want to get a lot of big plays, score a lot of points, and then on defense, force a lot of turnovers, you know, and get some points on defense too.
And as last question, what's the message?
We got a lot of talent returning. I think we're primed for a good season. Yeah. You know, we just got to go week by week, and you know, hopefully, you know, we're playing in November and December.
Love it.
Nathan Bernhardt, senior quarterback. Boy, feels like just yesterday you were a sophomore. We were talking to you then.
Sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trust-efficient construction company in the region. The long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion. Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs. Company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. The official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back to our favorite segment. Anytime we have this young man on, Hudson Farver, the biggest little Arrow fan?
Biggest, littlest Arrow fan in all the land. It's kind of like Ohio State's band, the best damn band in the land.
Yeah.
This is the biggest, littlest Arrow fan in all the land right here. Hudson.
Good.
Yeah? You excited?
Hudson, buddy, who was your favorite player last year?
Was it
Tyler.
Tyler Salter, number 5, graduate, goes to Ashland University. Number 1 player. Do you have that picked out yet?
Who is it?
Who's your favorite Arrow?
Number 1.
Number one?
Number 1. There's our number 1.
The big tall guy.
Bernhard.
Are you excited for Arrow football this year? How excited? Big.
Big.
Yeah. You are? Good.
Yeah.
Are you playing football this year?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you playing for?
Browns.
The Browns?
Nice.
Do you play the Steelers this year?
No.
You don't? I bet you do. You should come watch one of your games.
The Steelers?
Yeah, they're no good.
I'ma beat them.
Did you hear that, Styles? Did you hear that?
Where are you playing your football games at this year?
The Arrow Field.
At the Arrow Field?
Nice.
Okay, let's do one thing. Okay,
Let's beat them.
let's
beat
beat
'em.
them. Right. Who do
Let's
we
beat 'em.
always like to beat?
The Browns.
Well, they always do get beat, so that's fine. You ready? All right, let's sing the fight song. We're
Here, back to Ashland, and here on Valley song, our heart, back to the field where I don't know.
All right, good job.
Nice job.
Yeah,
Hudson
well done,
Barber.
buddy. Good job.
Biggest Little Arrow fan in the world. We'll be back right after this.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive 74. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrow. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back to the South Street Grill. I'm Chris Mowry, joined by Administrator Superintendent Steve Paramore, Athletic Director Jason Goings. Thanks for coming on, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So, Jason, I'll start with you. How excited are you for Arrow football this season? A little different role for you. No dad this year, right? With a football player of your own, but
Always a big fan of Arrow football, whether I have someone playing or not. You know, just to watch these guys, all the work that they put in. It's just great on Friday nights to see them. Really excited about this season. You know, one thing I'm really, really happy for is that we have 6 home games this year.
so am I.
So, yeah, a lot of opportunities for fans to come and watch us play here at home. The schedule kind of fell in my lap the way the conference goes in 2026. You know, Dover has a non-conference game this year, and knowing that we were going to be at Dover in 26, they agreed to come here. So we get a 6th home game. So really excited for Arrows football. 6 times to come see us play at home.
Athletics as a whole, how does it impact the culture and what you guys are trying to create within Ashland City Schools?
I think football speaks to our 11 core values. Football as a sport, coaches, but the community. Our biggest marketing tool, no matter what sport you love, no matter if you're musically inclined, football Friday nights in Ohio is your biggest marketing tool in whether you're talking about public schools, private schools, parochial schools. So being a great teammate, leaving things better than you found it. You walk into our football, I think football speaks into the community. It speaks into these young men. They become leaders. They leave it better than they found it for the younger kids, so that when the younger kids get in those roles, like at one point, Nathan Bernhardt is in a leadership role where the entire community looks up to our senior football players. They look up to our senior athletes. They look up to our senior band members. And I think football speaks in
supporting our athletes. You mentioned about, hey, we got 6 home games, come see us. But, you know, they can watch and support on the broadcasts, on the YouTube channel, whatnot. But what's your message really to the community as a whole?
The first message I like to say to the community is that we are the envy of a lot of other schools. I was just at an OI AAA meeting down in Columbus today where one of the topics that we talked about, a lot of schools, especially the rural schools, are having issues with parent involvement. And I say, you know, we don't have that issue in Ashland. We have so much parental support. Anything that we ask for is given. Our parents and community, they volunteer. They're not only their monetary giveaway that I am just truly blessed to be a part of this community. You know, moving my family over here was the best decision I ever made. And this community is just so welcoming and just so giving. So my only message would be, keep it up, please.
You could use that as a marketing ploy, man. You could just put that on repeat on Friday night.
We have a PI levy renewal in November, so that's no new money for our taxpayers. What it does, parking lots. Eventually, I'd love to put a parking lot behind baseball so that we have even more space around the area. Anybody that goes near Community Stadium on a regular basis knows we use our field in any of those situations. So that PI levy is super important, and it is no new money to our taxpayers. They've been so generous over the years to continue passing that levy. So we hope they get out there in November and do the right thing.
This one's for each of you. Steve, I'll start with you. What's your favorite part about Friday night football in Ashland?
the excitement. There's a couple things. Excitement's sometimes we want them to stay in their seats, but it is the buzz of the town. I will get texts. This is a shout out to Dan Chandler. I will get texts from people that are at Home Hardware. I couldn't think of any better place to be on a Friday night than Community Stadium, other than Arrow Arena or maybe Bud Plank Field at Archery Arrows Park. But it's awesome.
It's really, I don't want to say the cornerstone of what we do, but it's a really, really big part of it. Like Steve said, football in Ashland is the biggest marketing tool that we have. So to have such great facilities for our fans and witness and experience a high-level football game is just the best thing happening on Friday nights. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of planning. A lot of things go on behind the scenes that many people in our community don't know about. But the hard work is worth it.
Then when we score a touchdown,
I'll let you talk to the people that inhabit the condos.
You want me to tackle that?
Yeah.
I got it. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we've tried.
Jason, every time you're on, what do you foresee the participation in athletics, boys and girls, in the fall at Ashland High School?
I can tell you where we're at. We are at 298 fall athletes. For school this size, some people really think that Ashland is a bigger school than we really are. Our numbers aren't huge. Like, we're one of the smaller Division II schools, but we have high participation numbers. As far as facilities, I know we're putting a new scoreboard in at the softball field this year, so hopefully we're going to bring more of those softball games back on campus. We have a stadium, so that will be the last piece for us to have a completely renovated track with the ultimate goal of hosting our own invitation. So that discus ring was the last thing I see stack out. Yes, it's coming. That pit, resurfaced the track, brand new hurdles. The last piece that we needed was that discus ring, and that's coming in. So hopefully you're going to see an Ashland Invitational coming real soon.
That'd be pretty neat. Steve, what are you most proud of heading?
The work that goes into obviously there's a lot of people working when other people aren't looking, and what's neat about what we're about to jump into is the start of the school year. One, obviously a lot of folks do voluntary stuff before that happens, so we have staff members that impact kids all summer long. Now our staff impacts kids that have not step on our fields or in our athletic facilities, in our rooms, to make them better each day. So you're just trying to change lives each day. I'm excited about that. It gets to start renewed. Anybody that, maybe had a rough year, you start over again. So I love that about Ashland City Schools, and I love the opportunity to do that for kids.
I was going to ask you, did you have any lunch here at South Street Grill?
Grill.
I think, Jason, you should join Steve with that dish. I'm Chris Mowry. That's Steve Paramore and Jason Goings. We'll be right back from the South Street Grill right after this.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor a company in the region with a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion. Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company. 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand patty, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back to the Simonson Construction Preview Show. Brandon Wells, Chris Mowry, Tony Van Dyne, and defensive coordinator Ryan Stackhouse. Stack, thanks for coming. How are you, buddy?
Thank you, guys. Good. Very good.
How's the off-season been? Has there been an off-season? I mean, you go from football basically into family.
Pretty thankful for Coach Valentine. He I usually try to take like December off, and he runs kind of all the football stuff during that time, and even the summer camps, he kind of runs everything. So I usually get a little time off then, spend them with my two kids and stuff. So yeah.
You know, last 2 seasons, you have had incredible defenses. Last year, you guys allowed 17 points a game, cut a game. I think the most impressive thing is you only allowed 36% conversion rate on 3rd down, which you're going to win a hell of a lot of games if you can do that. What's the identity of this year's coming defense if you had to script it right now?
Pressure the quarterback, turning the ball, forcing them to turn the ball over a lot. And I know we had a slow start last year on that. I think the first 3 or 4 games, I think we dropped up early on, and we get a few more turnovers early on, so we kind of build on that.
Who are a couple breakout guys that we should keep an eye on?
Liam Hubacher, I think, is going to really do a lot of good things. And in big moments, there's a lot of guys, but big moments, hopefully Nate can get in there and help us at outside linebacker a little bit here and there. Obviously, he talked that Coach V doesn't really want him out there too much. And I think you might have saw it in the scrimmage. I was like, hey, let's get Nate a couple more plays. He went in there and got a tackle for loss. I was like, okay, that's good. One play, he's done. So took him off after that. And then I think just we have a well-rounded, a lot of talented guys. You go from corner. We have a lot of good corners. Killian O'Brien locking people down in the boundary. I hope people try to throw against him, and throw one up to him, let him go up and get some. And linebacker-wise, having Gunner, our up-front guys are big, strong. They can move. So I'm pretty excited.
You got to do a workshop down to be able to go share some insight to some young guys. Like, obviously people see what you're doing and appreciate the way that you're able to adapt year after year enough to invite you in to kind of be the keynote. Well, you're a keynote or just part of a panel?
Just part of a little podcast type of
like?
interview thing.
Yeah.
It was good. I had a lot of people contact me afterwards, ask me questions. I don't think good, just kind of sharing my knowledge, and I didn't mind that because we're switching up the scheme this year anyway. Right. So I was like, you want to know anything, I'll give it to you, so it was good.
So high school offenses are all high up tempo, right? There's 5 wide, 4 the Ashland high school offense, and that's what we see a lot these days.
Yeah, it helps us going against it all winter long. They talked about going to do all those throwings and doing 7-on-7s in the winter time. Pretty much all off season, and it helps just going against that stuff, understanding your drops, understanding being spread, and going against that. So it helps us adjust early on. I think that's a little harder for us to adjust to some stuff, speed option. It always takes us a minute to adjust to some of those things. So I think we're at a pretty good spot when we talk about the spread.
You're dating yourself with the wing T.
Still out there.
Dude, go
It's foreign these days.
It's much more rare, yeah. What do you need from guys like Gunnar Lacey and Brandon Briggs? A couple of guys that played some defense last year for you, but you graduated 10 seniors from that starting group. Obviously, they're going to be see from them to really bring along these other guys.
I think they're both going to have a lot of opportunities to make plays, and that's what I need them there for.
Yeah.
I've got them in some pretty good situations, some pretty good spots to either be free or move in or something.
But is that pretty normal? Every few years you want to mix things up because people see tape, or what's that like?
It's a combination of whoever our personnel is. You got to match our defense to the personnel, so it's like, okay, who is our 11? And obviously you have someone like Gunner Killing that that can make plays, so you're not afraid to leave them one-on-one.
Right.
Getting Gunner some free shots on the quarterback or on the running back in the backfield. It's
a season like last season, a season like the before with that defense. How do you keep them hungry and motivated?
First thing is allow them to do some fun things, allow them to blitz, schools will sit back and just play one defense the entire game, and you hear from those coaches, and their players aren't very motivated because they're not doing anything fun, So allowing some kids to do some of their own stuff, plays. If you're just sitting back, you're not making those plays a lot unless your dudes are better than their dudes.
Yeah.
And obviously, we get into weeks. If we can make it this far, 12, 13, 14, and our dudes aren't always better than their dudes, so it's creating a scheme that allows you to be a little better and adapt to some things a little bit.
You've got a lot of great assistant coaches, linebackers, Scott Sauter. How do you break up the responsibilities with coaches? You're obviously a defensive coordinator, but you have to let those guys kind of have their groupings. How do you kind of manage all those guys and all that?
Obviously, I developed the scheme and what I want, but individually and them going out to create drills and stuff, I kind of let them do their thing. Obviously, Scott Sauter, Kevin Lacey, it allows me to kind of, and especially Chris Schmidt, he's been around for a while, and allows me to kind of do some other things and worry about things of the entire defense instead of micromanaging.
Joining us, Stack. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
We're pulling for you.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, we'll be back.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted, efficient construction company in the region. The long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion. Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning code, or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Welcome back to South Street Grill. We are live on the South Street Grill patio, and don't forget that this is the Simonson Construction Preview Show. Thanks to Simonson Construction for stepping up and sponsoring all year long. Brandon Wells and Chris Mount. Head man, the head coach, Scott Valentine. Coach, thanks for joining us. Always glad to have you. What's the team look like this year? What's the vibe? What's the feeling right now around this program?
Well, I think our kids have worked hard. I think they're getting into game week, they're excited.
I heard you say, quote, this group hasn't accomplished anything yet. You better keep working, close quote. I think you mentioned that local in the media somewhere. Elaborate on that, what your message is there.
We talk to these guys, and especially the seniors in our spring senior meetings that last year. And so now this is a new group. And so nothing, you are part of that, but now this is your senior year, and what's your that statement's all about. We can't look back on what we had last year because everything's starting out new.
You drive the car through the windshield, not the rearview mirror, right?
That's right.
You've got an incredible really as a starter for you. A passing threat, a running threat. How do you continue to evolve your offense around Nathan Bernhard because of his ability?
Well, I think there's no doubt. Like he said, the game's really slowed down for throw it all over. But there's no doubt that his part of the running game is going to be. When people are dropping 8 guys to cover all our receivers, he's got to be able to run.
Yes.
So that's where a lot of those yards came from last year because everybody had to defend the pass. They still have to defend the pass because we've got guys back, and with Braden Dontini
is a step up from last year. Not to say anything bad against those guys, because really you're just graduated Tyler Sauter. Everyone else just kind of ages up 1 year and gets a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, and gets some more time playing passing catch. Is the wide receiver core a little bit better this year?
Well, I just think that they've seen more. They're like Nathan. They've had experience.
Reps.
So some of our read routes and reps that they find open spots. Don't get me. Braden Dontini has speed as Tyler did and things that are going to stretch the field for us.
Coach, I'll ask you this. The OCC, obviously last year we went 6-0. Fantastic run. New coaches in the OCC, and so you're going to see maybe some different systems and some different approaches. What does that look like for you as a staff?
Well, I think that's always one of those things that as you get into that week, us exchanging 3 videotapes, we got a good feel out of 3 games, but you just never know what a new head coach is going to do, and so schedule, and those are 2 really good football teams, and so we're going to have to, out of the gate, we're going to be tested, and we're going to have to prepare this week to get ready for game 1.
And Dover, for that matter.
And Dover, yes.
Around here, we reload, which we do. Who are some of the new guys or under the radar guys that the community and fans may not be familiar with that you're expecting that by week 1, week 2?
He had a great year for us last year, but also punting wise, he's a big impact on the game. I think when you look at us lineman wise on the offensive side, especially, there are a group of juniors who didn't get the opportunity to play varsity because the guys ahead of them are seniors.
Yeah.
So they competed for the opportunity. And then Kyle Kramer, those are guys. And then Grayson Blau played defense last year, is contributing there. So I think those guys are going to get an opportunity then to make their names known on the offensive side line-wise.
Carson O'Brien really stepped up last year in the kicking game for us, and it's great to have a threat as a kicker. In the high school realm, you really for us. How much of an advantage is that to have a kicker like Carson on the sideline that can really give you an opportunity to score once you get into the positive side of the field?
Well, I think the other night in our scrimmage with Ontario, we got the great advantage for you as a defensive coach and everything, but then also, I mean, he's hit field goals from that's we get inside there. We're looking to get points. Yeah, we want 6 and touchdowns, but if we can get 3, so that's a big advantage. So,
what's been your favorite moment as a head coach of the Arrows?
Just one? You want him to answer just one?
I was going to say.
Give me 5. I love this. I've probably seen them all, so I'm here.
Came in 2002, and over those years, there's been so many great things that have happened. And so, I mean, you have each year, you can look back and say, this when people didn't expect us to win, we upset like Mansfield Senior and things like that. So I think, over the years, there have been so many things that have happened. And last year, without a doubt. So.
Well, I think that's like, as a guy who's coached a lot too, Chris, that's like asking who your favorite kid is, man. I mean,
who's yours?
I can't say that on the air. I don't have one. Team going forward.
Well, I think we appreciate the support we get from our community, and one of our goals on our is to represent Ashland in a positive way. So as we approach the season, that's the number. I mean, that starts us where we're at, is we're going to represent.
Bob Troop sitting right out there. I wanted to say hello to him. I know you did too, Coach. You had a nice impact on him for a lot of years, and good to see you out there, Mr. Troop. We'll see you on Friday night.
12th man. Coach, we appreciate it. We look forward to Friday night against Bay Village. Thanks for joining us. That's head coach Scott Valentine here on the Simonson Construction Preview Show. Be back right after this.
Simonson doing things the right way from concept to completion. Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill and Down. Official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland. Steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
sponsors.
Welcome back to the Simonson Construction Show. Glad to have Coach Valentine and Coach Stackhouse and our 5 young men come up and join us, as well as Steve Paramore and Jason Goings, and to the South Street Grill for hosting us here, and also to some of our fabulous sponsors that are allowing us to. If our goal isn't the state championship, then what are we doing here, right? Like, at least on the field. There's bigger goals about developing young men, of course, but like the number one goal is to win a state championship.
Win the whole
frickin' thing. Yeah, you're going major league.
I was going to go major league, but I stopped it.
Thanks to Whitaker Myers. Fickus Furniture jumped in this year.
Connery Manufacturing.
Connery Manufacturing, 419 Barbershop. They do my hair. I know you can't see it because I have a hat on. 90.
Can't see. That's me. I'm ready for bifocals, I think. BB&C Car Care, Comfort Control, Whitaker Myers you mentioned, and Fickus Furniture down there in Hillsdale Land supporting us this year.
All right, it's the last segment of our preview show here, guys. So we start with Tony. Let's start with just your prediction on a record this year for the Arrows.
There's a real good shot that the Arrows could repeat an undefeated season. Hard to do, through the OCC and 3 non-conference games. So I'll go with a 9-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even with Coach Valentine, Coach Stack right to your left?
Right there.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, you're right. Trying to run the table back-to-back years is incredibly hard, and sometimes you got
to give a number. And just so everybody out there knows, we did not share any of these.
No,
these are all on our own. So I'm at 9-1 as well. And the only reason I'm not at 10-0 is because of just a litany of things. And I think the man who is at the helm of the ship said it best. He's been doing it for 40 years, and he's had 3 campaigns.
Hard to do.
10-0.
Yeah,
right? Like, it's incredibly special, and he's had all. I'll go 9-1 if I have to stick my neck out.
Yours?
You waiting for me?
I'm waiting for you.
Just the traffic cop here. You want a prediction from me? You guys gave me flack last year.
You went real low last year. That's the problem.
I'm going 10-0. I think it's coming this year, boys. I think it's coming. I think we got a run coming. And that's not to put pressure on guys, because you're right. I mean, you're playing teams you never know from week to week, and it's high school. A really good regular season, get into the postseason, and make as deep of a run, hopefully, to that state title. And that's the goal. Okay. So we've got our predictions on tape, and I will tell you, next is the bold predictions. We've got off until Friday night, and I'm going to start with you. We got a couple, but what do you got? What's 1 or 2 you got here?
So again, no one has seen these intentionally because we wanted to get some authentic reaction. I'm going to go Bernie over 1,221 rushes.
What's so bold about that?
What's yours?
Bernie, 50 touchdowns combined between
I
passing
had that too.
Passing and running. Okay, all right.
Bernie went for 46 last year. I think he can go over combined for 20 touchdowns.
Oh, wow. The Baith boys with 20 touchdowns. All right, so we're getting there. I do have one that is Chris with a T-shirt gun malfunction. I think that will happen this year.
About the T-shirt
cannon. I will say that's a good thanks to our friends over at the Ashland University Bookstore and Eagle Design, Custom Design. They donated all the T-shirts, so we'll be firing out some T-shirts courtesy of the Arrows to Eagles program.
Total scores.
All right.
Is that you going to make that happen? All right. Okay. All right.
He said by week 1 is what he said. So.
Well,
I'd love to see it.
You talked about Ashland Eye Care. This is when I can't even read my own handwriting because I don't have my progressives on. And I did have a Bernie or a KOB prediction here since we're on that. Okay. But I will say that we will have 2 wide receivers with 1,000 yards receiving.
We did.
Yeah. What's next?
Tony's up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Last year, defense went for 42 sacks and 81 TFLs, tackles for loss. I think this
that one, I'll jump on that one and say Gunnar Lacey, 150 tackles and 12 sacks. That's bold. We want bold predictions, right?
You got the Lacey clan back there hooping and hollering.
140 and 9 sacks.
140, no problem.
I want 150 and 12. He's bigger, stronger, faster. It's harder.
And we're going to have at least one more game, right?
Oh, we're getting one more game at least.
How many Lacey knocked the other opponent out of the game hits this year?
Well, that's 4.5. I'd put the over-under at that.
4.5, okay. I'm going to give
entertainment purposes only.
I'm going to give you 2 and 1. One isn't really a bold prediction, and then the other one is. I'm going to be the biggest surprise position group of the season.
The D-line.
The D-line.
Kevin Lacey likes that.
The D-line against Hoover was a complete wrecking ball.
They
Buda
were.
Martin and the New York Giants, when they only played 4 down linemen and won 2 Super Bowls,
Michael
and got pressure
Strahan
on
and
the
Osi
quarterback.
Umenyiora,
You know, Justin
JPP.
Tuck, half a hand guy. You know,
JPP, yeah.
So I'm going with that position group. Zone this year.
Oh, we
Or
haven't
punts.
talked a whole lot of special teams.
right?
We did talk Carson O'Brien, but there you go. Yeah.
I'm going with 2 kick returns or punt returns to the house this year.
Tony, you got any more?
Ashland turnover plus 10. I think last year did a great job of not putting the ball into bad positions. One of those interceptions was off I think a tip ball. So I think Nathan's going to continue to take care of the football through the air. Fumbles haven't been a problem historically, so I think
Stations here, but that's Thursday night at 6 o'clock at the South Street Grill. That's the low E band. I will say we all have high expectations for this Arrows squad, and the one thing I think that we can all agree on is that as young men, they're going to be good teammates.
Yes.
We're grateful for him, and we're glad to have that.
I'll say this: playing with expectation is an honor, right?
Yeah.
You're expected to. I would rather go into a season with high expectations than saying, oh, there's a 2-win team or there's a 2-win group, whatever it might be. I would rather have that opportunity to say, yeah, we're really good. We know it. Now it's just our job to go out there on the field and prove it.
Well,